I haven't tried it yet, but the new inspiration tab in YouTube could be a crazy growth hack. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm super excited and I want to explain why. I actually think it's insane that they launched this feature within YouTube. I made a video about it yesterday, but I want to give a more in-depth explanation on this episode of the podcast. So I'm very impressed with it. This is a big update. This is a new update from the inspiration tab. I noticed access to it, I think 2 days ago, and I was trying it and I'm like, oh, this is huge. I think people, and I haven't heard much about this, I think people are sleeping on this. So if you go to your content tab on YouTube and then go to the left, you see the inspiration tab. This is how the official Google documentation explains it. Explore inspirational ideas on YouTube. To explore what your audience and viewers across YouTube are searching for, you can use the Inspiration tab in YouTube Analytics. The insights from the Inspiration tab can help you think of video ideas that viewers may want to watch. I don't think it was until I read this documentation that I said this could be really big. Very few people actually read the documentation, but this is what that means. Literally, YouTube is giving you its proprietary search data, its own search data, relating it to your niche. It's figuring out like what people in your niche like, and then using keyword data to tell you what you should make content on. Like, okay, so in short, the way that it works, you go to the inspiration tab, you see a list of topics for videos. It gives you the titles, it gives you the art. Everything is generated by AI. It gives you the titles, it gives you the art. It gives you an outline for each video, and the outlines are super deep with tons of bullet points. It gives you the interest levels. It says very high interest, moderate interest, low interest. It gives you the interest levels for each idea. There's a query box on the right, so you can ask questions and look for more topic ideas. You can ask for topic ideas completely unrelated to your niche. You can ask for any topic idea that you want. And then YouTube uses its own search data to tell you what is popular and what is not. And it gives you the keywords because it's giving you the titles, it's giving you the outlines. And so you can look at these and you can say, well, clearly that's a keyword, clearly that's a keyword, clearly this is a keyword. Let me tell you what I'm seeing now on my inspiration tab, and I can tell you whether I think it's a keyword or not. Here are the ideas that I see. The ultimate anchor text guide for SEO. Okay, anchor text, people are searching that. Very high interest, it says. Free SEO content beyond guest posts. True. People are searching guest posts on YouTube. SEO myths debunked, backlinks and rankings. People are searching SEO myths. Keyword research strategies beyond one page. Okay, clearly people are searching keyword research strategies. Oh my gosh. And it gives you the description. So this is the ultimate anchor text guide for SEO. Anchor text is one of the most important factors in SEO, but it's often misunderstood. This video will demystify anchor text and provide you with a comprehensive guide to using it effectively to improve your website's rankings. That's so cool. And they have all this artwork, and the artwork isn't good. I'm still going to make my own thumbnails. Like, you're not going to want to use these as thumbnails. It's not terrible, but you're not going to want to use these as thumbnails. And you're going to have to change the language. You're not going to call your video the ultimate anchor text guide for SEO, though maybe it could work. I would just make my own. Oftentimes I've seen this, that the AI generations will have common AI generated words and phrasing. So like the power of is an example. You see that from ChatGPT all the time. The power of this strategy, the power of doing this. So common. Or delve. That's one of the most common AI generated words, delve. And so you'll have to remove those and change things around and rewrite the description yourself and rewrite the title using the keyword. I mean, you could probably leave it the same, but I'm going to rewrite it. But yo, let me tell you what really has me hyped. It's these outlines. Oh my gosh, because these outlines go so deep. Some of my best shows I wrote an outline for. Some of my best shows I also didn't write an outline for, but I have found that it's just way easier to do a show, to do a podcast when I have an outline for it. And I'm knowledgeable about so much that I don't really need to do much research in advance unless it's something new. If it's an existing SEO topic and I have an outline and I wrote an outline beforehand, I can just riff off of that. It makes it so easy for me to do this show. Oh, I don't also think it's just YouTube's own data, by the way. I want to just interject. I don't think it's just YouTube's own data. I think it's also Google's search data as well. but it's probably largely, my guess is it's probably largely YouTube's and Google's combined, but largely YouTube's. That would be my guess. But either way, it is proprietary search data from YouTube and from Google, and it's hugely powerful. But see, that's how a human says it, hugely powerful, not the power of. So, okay, this is how this is going to change my workflow because I'm actually going to use this. I haven't used it yet, but I'm going to use this for a bunch of videos. I hope it exists for a lot longer. I think this is so cool. This is going to be for days where I just don't know what to make or I'm not feeling any of my existing ideas. I actually have for my videos, for my daily short form mobile videos that come out to Instagram Reels and TikTok and YouTube Shorts, I have a list for things to cover that I haven't covered yet that I want to cover. I have a folder on my laptop for inspiration, content inspiration. It's the same for this podcast. I have a list of things that I want to cover. In fact, tomorrow I think is going to be an episode about, I think it's paid ads, but I was sent this article and I was really interested in it. And I want to read the article for myself and I want to read it on the show because it looks like a really good article. So that's tomorrow. Tomorrow I have something to talk about. I have lots of ideas written down that I want to cover on this show. But I'm going to be honest with you. You might not know this. There are many days where I'm just like, I'm just not feeling any of the things that I have written. I'm not feeling any of these ideas. What am I going to talk about today? I can't even tell you how many times I've paced around my home and or on the streets. And I've just asked myself out loud, and I've said it out loud, what am I going to talk about today? And when I have that question, instead of having that question, I'm just going to go to the YouTube inspiration tab. And I'm going to see an idea. I'm going to see something that people need help with in SEO, or I can do social media. I can do social media marketing too. Because they have this Let's Brainstorm box. And so I can just write, give me topics for social media marketing or something like that, or TikTok. Give me topics for TikTok. Give me topics for Instagram Reels. Oh man, I'm so hyped up. I really am. There's so many things. Give me topics for X, for Twitter. Give me topics for email marketing. There's just so much that I can do with this, that anyone can do in whatever your niche is. Because even if it's not recommending you a ton of ideas right away, you can brainstorm and you can go deep. And then it's going to still use its search data to tell you what to make content on in your niche. So on days where I'm not feeling any of my existing ideas, I'm going to turn to this. And I'm going to see a list of ideas graded with how interested people are in the ideas. I'll pick one that people are interested in. I've heard the criticism that some people's niches are too small, that there's not as much interest in the niche. You could still pick a niche that's overarching for whatever your niche is. And then you can relate whatever you talk about to your niche and to your brand, and then get people interested in your brand like that. But for me, it's going to be really easy. I'm just going to find an SEO topic that is telling me. I'm going to click into it like the ultimate anchor text guide for SEO. And then I have this outline. What is anchor text and why it matters? Explain the concept of anchor text in simple terms. Emphasize its importance for search engine rankings. Illustrate the impact of good versus bad anchor text on a website's visibility. And then explain the different types of anchor. This is me literally reading from the outline, and it's show notes for me. It's just stuff for me to riff off of. And I have this right here, and I'll sit at my computer and I'll record my podcast and I'll riff off the outline. Maybe I'll read the outline through beforehand, but I still have it right there. And then all of a sudden, with very little research, I went from not feeling strongly about any of my existing ideas, not knowing what I was going to talk about today, to recording a podcast. And a good podcast that's informed by real data with what people are looking at on YouTube and Google. That is crazy. Come on, that is crazy. Right now, actually, I'm literally looking, I think I said this, I'm looking at my own show notes that I wrote before recording this, and that helped me record this podcast today. Having notes is really helpful, really, really helpful. And the fact that Google and YouTube is giving me show notes and outline based on its own data. So now you've made content using keyword data, making it more searchable based on things that people are already interested in. You can take these outlines, you can take these ideas, you can use them for TikTok or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts. You can use them all over the place in short form. Whatever your niche is, you know what people are searching for. It's giving you the things that people are searching for, especially on YouTube. So this also applies to, like I shared, all these other content, these video content platforms. And you're making searchable media, which, by the way, searchable video media, which, by the way, is being promoted in the Google search engine results pages because user-generated content, especially video, is doing a lot better in the SERPs than it has ever been. I think I've said it's crazy too many times in this episode. I'm going to say it once more. It is crazy. This is episode 527 of my daily digital marketing show. Every day I talk about different things like this, things that get me excited, things that teach, things that inspire. Yesterday, I did 6 days in a row of link building tactics and methods. And actually, I wanted to talk about what I just talked about yesterday, but I had to finish those 6 days of link building. And I'm so happy to be able to share this with you and to learn it myself and to try it on future episodes. So that's what I got for you on this episode of the show, 527 days in a row. Thank you so much for watching. If you were watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed. I shared a bunch of graphics on this one. Haven't shared graphics in a couple episodes now, but I shared a bunch of graphics on this one. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, I hope you're feeling inspired. Thank you so much for listening. And I will talk to all of you again tomorrow. Bye now.